Good morning, guys. It's John back here on another little mulching job. So what we got today is we got Table Rock up here in our background. Anybody that's local to the area know Table Rock. Beautiful state park up here in the upstate of South Carolina. And so we got this nice little cabins kind of sitting up here on the top of this hill, and they don't want to be able to, in the springtime when all this stuff greens out, it's going to start blocking their view of the mountain. So we're just mulching some of this up today to open up for some views. You can't see it from the camera, but during Helene there were some pretty big mudslides and lots of timber that came down up there. Yeah, there's still a lot of damage still here in South Carolina, and especially North Carolina, Virginia, stuff like that. But anyways, enough said about Helene. But yeah, so it's not real thick stuff, you know. It's a lot of this ramble, briars. We got some mountain laurel that the customer would like to keep. I guess if there's a large amount of trees in it, they said just take it out. But they would like to keep the dogwoods. This is not a dogwood, that's a sweet gum. That's a dogwood right there. They're just about to start coming out, blooming out here, so they're getting close. Super pretty trees. They have a nice pretty white flower and pink flower, everybody loves. But yeah, so our buddy Aaron over at Hillside, Hillside, sorry Aaron, Hillside. He's got the Ventrac. I can't remember the name of his business, Hillside something. But he recommended me for this one, so we'll get it knocked down and then he'll probably keep it maintained is the idea. So all right, we're gonna hop to it. moving right along. Cutting up pretty quick. Not a lot of material in there. But see how they're kind of leaving those mountain laurel, that greenery? It just helps, especially this time of year, to be able to look out and see something green instead of just kind of brown blah. But we'll trim up around these keeper dogwoods, and there's some sourwood and junk in the patches of laurel that will kind of cut and get out of the way. All right, guys, well, there it is, pretty much wrapped up. Just got Tom's doing a little bit of weed eating over here, and did not know that huge pile of logs was there, and they are extremely hard. I could probably grind them if I had a couple hours, but yeah, I don't know, I might run down there and do a little bit on them for him. But customer's gonna be here in a few minutes, but this is pretty much, he wanted to leave kind of those clumps of laurel and as many dogwoods as he could. But yeah, that's it right there. Got over this edge and got a nice border there. Turned out to be a beautiful day, but we're gonna finish cleaning this up real quick, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, y'all. Couldn't do it. I couldn't leave the logs. We went ahead and ground them up. Goodbye.